Hello everyone, in this video we are going to learn how to set up cookies in Django, and following are the topics that we are going to discuss. Firstly, we will learn to set a cookie, then we will learn how to get a cookie, and in last we will discuss how to delete a cookies. So let's begin by understanding how to set a cookie. The set underscore cookie attribute creates a cookie which the server sent to the user browser to save data. And the syntax for this is set underscore cookie, and in parentheses you have to pass different parameters. The first parameter is cookie name. It specifies the name of the cookie. The next one is value. The value specifies the text that you want to store in the cookie. The next one is max underscore age. It is the duration of the cookie until which it remains active. And the last one is expires. It specifies the expiry date time object. So with this we have learned how to set a cookie. So now we will discuss how to get a cookie. To retrieve previously delivered cookie and read data from them, we use the request.cookies and request.cookies.get attribute. You can use any of them as per your choice, and the syntax for this is request.cookies, and in square braces you have to pass the name of the cookie, and the next one is request.cookies dot get, and again in the square parenthesis you have to pass the name of the cookie. Keep one thing in mind, the cookies is written in capital. So with this we have also discussed how to get a cookie. So now we will learn how to delete a cookie. The delete underscore cookie attribute is used to delete the cookie based on the given key with the same domain and path if they were set. Otherwise, the cookie may not be deleted. And the syntax for this is delete underscore cookie, and in parentheses you have to pass the name of the cookie. So now we will see an example to understand the concept of setting a cookie, getting a cookie, and deletion of the cookie. So here you can see that I create a project with the name cookies project with an app inside it with the name login app. After that I have to install this app in the project directory. So I open my project directory, I move to the settings.py file, and under the install app section I install my app, which is login app. You all know that this is a primary step for making any project. Then we have to define the urls.py file which is located in the project directory. So I open this file, and here I define the path of the app which is login app.urls. So after defining the project URL, we need to map it with then app URL which is in the urls.file located in the app directory. So I open my login app directory, I move to the urls.py file, and here I define the path for the views which I have to create it. So firstly I import the views, then I create a path for the sign in and sign out view. So after that we need a logic for setting up of the cookies, and you all know that the logic located in the views.py file. So I open the views.py file and write the logic here. So I explain you this. So here you can see that firstly I import the necessary libraries. Here I import the render class, http response redirect, and reverse also. So firstly I will show you how to set and get a cookie. For this I create a function view named signin. Then I pass a request as an argument to it. Then I use the request.method and set it to get by using the if command. It check whether it is a get method or not. If it is a get method, then we get the username and the signed in request. So here I write it as if signin underscore in request.cookies and username in request.cookie. You have to make this context as a username request.cookies username and login status as a request.cookies dot get signed in. Here you can see that I use the both the way of getting the cookies. So after successfully getting the cookies, it renders to the home.html file with this context, else it will render to the signin.html file. Then I use the if statement again, and this time it checks whether it is a post method or not. If it is a post method, it again get the username. I create a context again. Here I define username as a username and set login status to true, and here I write the command to set the cookie. So here I create a variable with the name response and I use the render function. Here I pass the request as the first parameter, then I pass the home.html file, and here I pass the context which I created as a dictionary. So then I use this variable with set underscore cookie method, and I set username and signed underscore in as a cookie, and it returns a response. So with this we learn to get and set a cookie. Now we will learn how to delete a cookie. So for deletion of the cookie, I create a view function named signed out, and here I again create a variable response and assign it to the HTTP response redirect, and here I use the reverse method for the sign in view function, and then I use the delete underscore cookie method with the response variable, and I delete username and signed underscore in cookies, and it returns the response. So here you can see that we use the two HTML files. The first one is home.html and the second one is signin.html. So we have to define this file. So for defining the front end, we need a template. So here I create a folder with the name templates, and under this folder I create two files named as home.html and sign.html. So firstly I will explain you signin.html file. Here I define the heading by using a h1 tag and I align it to the center. It prints a login. After that I'll use the form tag to construct a form with the method post, and then I use the csrf underscore token for the security purpose. After that I manually create the form. So by this I mean I use the HTML tags for creating the form. So here I start the div class, and by using the input tag I create the form fields. So the first field is username, the second one is a password, and the last I create a button for submission with the name sign in. So in the next file home.html I will show you. Here I use the if statement. It check if username, it prints you are signed in and the username which we have assigned in heading as a h4, and then it also print a login status, and it receives the login status from the viewers, and it shows the login status as a true or false in a h4 setting, and we also add a sign out button if there is a username, else it will show the heading in h4 tag you are not signed in, and it will show you the sign in button. So now I execute this program by using the python manage.py run server command, and now I will show you the output. So here you can see that I get a page not found, as the path which I pass is not matched with any of them. So firstly I use the slash and write sign in, and again I close this slash and hit enter. So it will show me the login page. It will ask to enter the username. Before entering the username I want to show you something. So I am going to show you how you can see your cookies in your browser. For this you have to click on these three dots which is located on the right hand side of the Google Chrome browser, and you will get the settings option. You have to click on this, and after that you will get an option privacy and security on your left hand side. You have to click on